Don't mind my body being a different color than my face. I'm gonna fix that in a bit, but right now I've come on to talk to you because I'm going to be testing out a new eyeshadow palette that has hit the drugstore. This is the Annabelle Eye and Face Palette. I have used this once off camera. I wasn't planning on filming this, but I'm going to film it. And I also have the new mascara that I have not tested out yet that we're gonna try. The palette comes with a bronzer shade. It's very, very tiny. A small kind of like really stark white highlight shade. And then we have some really nice neutral plus a little bit of, you know, pizzazz in the eyeshadow game over here. I did use it. I created a very, very pretty look with it. So I'm going to kind of do something else again with this palette to show you how it works. So basically, if you would like to see me create some sort of look, please keep watching. Okay, so first up, I've done my eyebrows pretty much, you know, put a little pencil in them. But that's all I have on my entire face and some moisturizer. So I'm going to go in with Benefit Stay Don't Stray. I really love this eyeshadow primer. It is my favorite. Just took off all my eyeshadow prior to I had eyeshadow on before this video and face makeup, and I just scrubbed it all off my face. So it's a little bit red. The only downfall to this palette is there's no mattes other than the black. That's the only kind of downfall. So to set my whole eye, I'm going to go in with this shade right here, which is the lightest shade in the palette. So it has shimmer. Oh, it has good pigment on that. Oh, whoa. Okay, I can't set the whole eye with that, so I'm going to just go underneath the brow. That's the game plan. We're going under the brow. And then I'm picking up my Marcel translucent powder. This is the Flawless Extreme Last powder, so we're gonna dip into that, and I'm going to run this all over the eye, also buffing out our brow highlight. Okay, so next I'm going to dip into this brown kind of shimmery shade here. This is a Coastal Scents tapered brush. I'm going to start to work this into the crease of my eye, bringing it pretty high up. And I'm just flicking it out on the edges so we kind of have a diffused look and no harsh lines. That's okay with this. We're going to clean this up. That's why I put no foundation on. So don't worry about the little excess amount. So I'm going to take the same brush, dipping into the black shade now. Keeping this right in the socket of my eye, in the crease, but not bringing it up any higher. It's pretty pigmented for a drugstore black eyeshadow. A lot of the times when I use a drugstore black eyeshadow, it's either really not pigmented or doesn't go on black. It almost looks like a gray. This is nice because it is pigmented, but it's not overly pigmented. So when you do diffuse it out, it's easy to kind of blend. I'm gonna go back in with the brown that we used previous to this and just kind of go along the edges. Next, I'm taking a Joe Fresh All Over shadow brush. I'm gonna take that, dip it into this burgundy kind of maroon color. When you tap the shadow off of the brush, a lot of stuff falls back down to the pan. So they are a little bit powdery, but they are performing nice on the eye. So I'm gonna start to pat this color, taking it 3/4 of the way over on the lower lid. So next up, I'm taking the Maybelline Superstay Full Coverage Under Eye Concealer in the shade Light 15. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to pull out the little applicator. I'm going to go in with a small little brush that came in the Rimmel palette. And I'm just going to start to lay down the concealer. Almost creating a cut crease, but I'm not bringing it all the way over because I don't want to ruin that nice burgundy shade that we laid down. So I'm just putting it about halfway down. Then I'm flipping it over using this sponge. I'm going to dip into this kind of like goldy beige shade. And I'm going to start to press that down over top of the concealer. Then I'm going in with a MAC eyeliner brush, dipping into this white shade. And I'm just pushing this in the middle of my eye, fanning it out on both sides so it just looks blended and seamless. It actually gives it a really cool iridescent effect. It's really cool. Okay, so the next product I am trying is the Annabelle Instaglam Kajal eyeliner and Kajal. So it looks like this. The biggest liquid liner pen I've ever seen. Okay, I don't know how this is gonna work, but we are going to try. I'm gonna go up and tightline my eye. I'm also bringing this into the waterline. It's definitely really easy to use. The only thing is when the point starts to kind of dwindle down, it's a pretty fat pencil to kind of shove in your eye. Okay, so now I'm taking this big ass liquid liner. I'm gonna start in the inner corner. Kind of reminds me of a Sharpie. The big one where you write on a package, like going to USA. Yep. But I must say, it's performing pretty good. And surprisingly, I can make a pretty fine line using the pen. Surprisingly, I don't hate that. I honestly thought I would not like that, but I don't mind it. Okay, so next up, I am testing out the Annabelle Classified Double Agent Mascara. Do I love the packaging? It's okay. I don't like the 1-2, but I feel like people do need that because a lot of people don't even know what a primer is. Like if you're not into makeup and you bought this by accident and you took this home and you saw a 1 and a 2 step, you're probably gonna be like, what is happening? I get it. I understand. Not everyone's like a makeup champion, you know what I mean? So we're gonna go in with step 1, which is the tiniest primer brush I've ever seen in my life. This is very bizarre. I don't know. There's no box. So I'm going in with 1. Step uno. With this tiny little brush. So I've never used a primer before that was gray. Most primers I use are either white or a different color. Just not that color. Next up, I'm using step 2. That is a big mascara wand. Wow. Oh. Okay. That is a big brush. And I honestly feel like it's a little bit dried out or something, the product. It doesn't feel like super, I don't know. Anyways, before I judge it, let's try it. Nope. Nope. I don't know what's happening. There's nothing really happening. Yeah, no, I don't love this. You know, but I do like the eyeliner. I do like the eyeshadow. So this is not going to ruin my day. But what I am going to do, I'm going to have to glue on some fake eyelashes because there's nothing really happening. Like, let me zoom it in so you can kind of see. Yeah, there's just nothing really happening. For my foundation, I'm going to apply the concealer first today. Sometimes I do this just depending on, you know, how I feel, my mood. So I'm putting it underneath my eye, also over my nice little zit. And on the corner here of my mouth, I do have a little bit of a breakout as well. So next I'm just going to go in, I'm going to use a sponge, and I'm going to start to blend all this out. So next I'm going with Maybelline Superstay Full Coverage Foundation in 120 Classic Ivory. I'm going to bronze up my face because it's a little bit light still with the Chanel. This is a Soleil Tan. So we're going to go with this. It's a cream bronzer. This is a VDL brush. So I'm just going to go and start to bronze up the face by pushing this product into the skin. I'm going to set the face with the Marcel Flawless Extreme Last Translucent Powder. So just push it in just so nothing moves. I'm also taking a little bit of this powder underneath my eye. And then I'm taking the Annabelle Biggie Bronzer, which looks like this. I'm going to bronze the whole face, kind of going on top of the Chanel that we laid down. Okay, so now I'm going to finish up underneath my eyes. So I'm going to go back in with these two shades. I'm going to mix them together. So I'm going in with the plum shade and the brown shade. I'm going to run that right underneath the lower lash line. And I'm taking a clean blending brush. I'm just going to start to blend the shadows so they look really buffed out and seamless. And then I'm also going to pick up a little bit of the light shade over here and just tap that in the center of my eye. Also using the shadow on my Cupid's bow. Because the shadow is very pretty, I should have used the bronzer shade too. In my opinion, the bronzing shade looks very light. I don't think it would have done much. And the white that I use in the middle of my eye, it's too light for my skin right now, and it's very iridescent. It changes color, so I'm not going to use that as my highlight, but I'm taking a little brush that comes in the palette, dipping into the same shade we just used in the corner of my eye, and I'm just going to use that as my highlight. I'm going to add my Annabelle Skinny Lash Mascara to the bottom of my eyes. Running a little bit more of the Rimmel Brow Gel through my eyes just because some powder has kind of fallen on them. So we're going to just add a little bit of this gel to kind of blend it all together. So for my blush, I'm going to go in with the Catrice and Iman collaboration palette. So I'm going to go in with that, taking the pink color called Alexandria. And just lightly, because this is very pigmented, you know, kind of blend and buff this into the cheeks. And then I'm taking the Physicians Formula 24 Karat Gold Collagen Setting Spray. And now I'm going to finish off everything with the Maybelline Superstay Ink Crayon, and this is in the shade Laugh Louder number 40. So next, because I want to tone down the lip a tiny bit, I'm going to use the Maybelline Superstay Loyalist number 5. This is the liquid lip color. Okay, so this will be the end of my video. I really hope you guys did enjoy it. Overall, I think these are pretty good products. Let me break it down for you. So this eyeshadow palette, definitely good. It's good for a drugstore palette. I wish it did include more matte shades because everything in here is pretty shimmery, but I did create a really nice, I don't know, it almost looks like galaxy-like eye. So it is good. Is it the best eyeshadow palette I've ever used? No, but for a drugstore little palette, I think it's good. Then it comes to this guy, which is a thing I thought would be the worst, but it's actually my favorite. This is the Annabelle Instaglam Kajal Eyeliner and Kajal. So it glided on effortlessly, and it's still in the waterline. It's probably waterproof, hopefully. Let's see how long it lasts for. And then I was really, really scared about this monstrous side over here, but this went on really great. Super black, easy to use, and you can get a really fine, precise tip with it. So I think if you're looking for a 2-in-1 product, just throw in your bag to have something for the waterline and kind of a liquid liner, worth the buy. So the primer, didn't really understand why the brush is so small. Also gray, and it's very watery. It didn't really deposit a lot of volume to my eyelashes. And then when it came to this side, this brush is massive. It's bigger than my eye. And I find the product was very dry. There wasn't a lot coming out on the brush, and it didn't really do anything for my lashes, and I had to glue on fake eyelashes. So yeah, this is my least favorite product out of all 3. And this one, it just doesn't pass the test at all. I hope you guys found this video helpful. If you did, as always, please don't forget to give it a big thumbs up. Do not forget to subscribe to my channel for new videos. And until next time, I will see you guys later. Thanks for watching.